Thanks for staying with us. All right, today's Thursday. We usually like to talk about family, relationships, and love and all that. But Osun State just had to just blow up the internet with our governor, with their governor, you know, and the drama that happened at the Eid ground yesterday. So we are hearing different versions of this story. But this is from Vanguard, and according to Vanguard, what actually happened was that the governor was expected to be at the prayer ground, right? And then the former senator, Ajibola Basiru, came early, and he sat in front. Now, the protocol of the governor asked him to move because the governor was coming. Then he moved to a different part of the front row. But they still insisted that he leave. When the governor's entourage came in, they now told him that he needs to leave the place for the governor to come. But he insisted that he would stay. Those around him felt that he is an illustrious son of Osun, and he should be allowed to stay in front. And that's where the back and forth started. Obviously, the governor wasn't happy. He left. But the spokesperson from the governor's office, specifically, he was, let me get his specific, the governor's spokesperson, Mr. Olawale Rashid, in his statement said the governor escaped an assassination attempt at the prayer ground. He berated Senator Ajibola for his role in the whole scenario on the ground, saying that the governor has instructed security operatives to arrest those involved in the incident. Now, as Nigerians looking outside in, what are your thoughts on this entire scenario? First question, should the senator have stayed in front in the first place? Number one. Number two, should the governor have been upset to leave? Number three, could this have been interpreted as an assassination attempt? Because when somebody who's not supposed to be there is where the governor is, maybe the governor will feel threatened. These are various angles we can discuss. What are your thoughts on this? Well, I'd love to have Senator Ajibola Basiru on the phone, but I know that our producers is trying to get him on so that we can hear his own version of it. And hopefully, we can also speak to the spokesperson of the governor and get their own various angles. But in the meantime, we'd like to hear what Nigerians think about the situation. You can call us on the numbers on your screen, 081-270-53687, 091-390-7694. You can also tweet us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweets. Ladies, this story reminds me of when the former commissioner of Lagos wanted to enter Magodo Brooks, remember? When they said, sorry, call the person you're going to see. And he's like, hello, I am the commissioner for police. I can enter. And they didn't allow him to enter because they felt there's the protocol, that this is the protocol. And then we now found that as the commissioner of police, you can actually enter anywhere. You can actually jump that protocol. In this situation too, he is a former senator of the state. And should he have been allowed to stay in the same place where the governor is? And those are the kind of conversations I'd like to hear. What are your thoughts on this scenario?
I don't even understand. I don't understand I believe honor should be given to whom honor is due. The governor of the state is the governor of the state. No matter your history, no matter how big you are, we always honor the governor of the state. I think all religions honor the leader, the head per time. So the first thing for me is there should have been room made for the governor to sit in a place of honor. And I am happy that the senator actually moved. The senator's concern was he didn't want to go to the second role.
Right.
That he is also an important member of the community, and he was already there. He's also a contributor to the growth of the community. He felt he's entitled to sit in the front, even though not where the governor was reserved to sit. So in my head, immediately I saw the drama, I felt, are we actually there to pray or there to display? Because if we are there to pray, everybody will do what we need to do so that we are able to pray, so that we're able to serve the God that we're there to serve. You know, that moment, it wasn't about, even if you feel like I am being demoted, this is me, a whole senator, former senator, being told I have prayed on this ground for the past 10 years, I have contributed to the community for whatsoever, and you feel that is a concern. You can say that I am going to I'm going to step back so that we can all pray in peace and not cause Eid from being a Salah celebration into a crisis situation.
What you said struck something in my mind, because one of the things that I like about Islam, they don't really look at anybody's face. You know, anybody, like I've seen the Minister of Information, I have seen him come down in Dolphin and pray on the regular prayer ground. They don't look at levels. Anybody can pray anywhere. And the same thing that happened here. So maybe because it's a prayer ground, for the ex-senator, we're all here together. At least I was a member of the Senate and the lawmaker in this state. So maybe he felt that, but unfortunately, the governor is a Christian. No, he's even a Christian.
Yeah.
So maybe he doesn't understand
protocol.
To understand the because a Muslim background, maybe he doesn't understand the protocol. We're just speculating here. Maybe he doesn't understand the protocol that, listen, we all can be here. We all can be here together.
So why did he go to the mosque if he's not practicing Muslim? No.
You want to have
for instance, if I'm a governor now, and they are celebrating, I don't have to go and pray with them, do I? Is it mandatory? Compulsory?
I don't think so. I think it was a
so it's not mandatory, but I also feel that leaders do this to just show, inclusion, to show support for different communities. Yes, I am the governor of all people, a governor of all religions. And also, from the paper I was reading, the senator's response, he said that he sat down where, like a designated place for religious leaders, that's where he sat. So he was not even in his way. So that's why I'll be thinking that you may be right. Maybe his own team, that's the governor's team, is not aware of the protocol that happens in the mosque. But even having said that, right, the governor, as you said, is still the governor. There are some things we can let go for another time. If the governor's protocol has said, you know what, we want to sit in front, everybody go back, just do it. I do not think it would have taken away from anybody at all. He's the governor. He didn't need to be there. He was there. Even as a show of respect for someone of another religion that has come there, as a show of, give him the front row. Where do you want to sit? How do you want to welcome him?
Right.
Be the one even welcoming him into that place. But with politicians, there's always something underlying. We just never know what underlying. Yes, and you know that for them also, this is also like a posturing. Who is bigger? Who is more loved? Who is, or they're afraid that if I move to the back, the people will say my power has dropped. Things like that. So, but for me, I just feel he should have just let the governor do what he had. Yeah, the senator do what the governor had to do. And when he leaves, you go back to your front row. So
the
my
governor
opinion.
And the senator, as far as I'm concerned, are in the wrong. It's a spiritual environment, a spiritual event. It's not physical. When you're coming into a spiritual space, you keep your ego aside. It was battle of ego, as far as I'm concerned. That is not a place for it. So even though they had moved you, we don't want you here because the governor is supposed to be here, it wouldn't take anything for you to just move to the back. They did not take your glory by moving you to the back. And even though he insisted on staying in front, I'm a son of the soil kind of thing, I have to be here, I've invested in this place, I have to be here. There's nothing stopping the governor from sitting there with him on the same row. He's a human being as well, and do your prayers. Then later on, you can now have a conversation to say, I didn't expect this, but it happened. And I let it go because we were in a spiritual space. We must respect.
But the spokesperson said it was an assassination attempt. It could have been. So that's what I'm saying. So even though I allow the senator, what if, God forbid, something happens and the governor was attacked?
That the senator can attack
listen, anybody is suspect because this is the first citizen of the state. This is the first citizen of the state.
Yes.
If you are not in the protocol, you're not supposed to be there. You're not supposed to be there. I don't care if you're his father or his mother. You cannot be here because these are the rules of protocol.
So when you're coming to the presence of God or Allah or the Creator, you put your protocol first. Is that what you're telling me?
A governor.
Because you're a governor. No, understand it. It's where you are and the significance of what you're doing. So if you go to an event where, of course, they will use flog anybody out that's not supposed to be there. But you're in that spirit. Are you saying now that your God cannot fight for you if
let me put you on.